Hey everyone, happy Saturday. It's Denise McDonald from Changing for Good Fitness. I hope you're having a wonderful Saturday. I have my hat on because I have no luggage from my trip. I haven't taken a shower, but that's okay. Hopefully it's on the way. But I wanted to come to you real quick with my last topic of this week. I've been kind of doing a little video series and a blog series this week about different nutritional issues and health issues that women maybe over 50 have. And Ed and I were talking about dairy and lactose intolerance, and if it really is like a thing that women and men can deal with as they age. Ed didn't seem to think it was a thing because I don't think it bothers him, but I feel like it is for me because a few years ago I decided to try to eliminate it and see if it made a difference in how I felt. Hey Annie. And so what I did was I just kind of eliminated it for a couple of weeks, and I just thought, let me just see how I feel without it, because I had started doing some research about cow's milk and then different things with the hormones and the what the cows are eating and all that kind of stuff. And I just thought, maybe I'll try to get away with it and do some substitution. So I did almond milk and cashew milk, coconut milk. I tried to get away from that to see if it helped me. And it really did. Like, I really felt less bloated. I felt, not as crampy. And a big thing I noticed is my skin changed a lot. And if I go back and I have like ice cream, or I have, like a soup that might have milk in it, the next day my face will break out. I mean, it's weird. Like, Ed didn't even believe me when that happened. I think I even notice it when I have like just regular whey protein or animal protein, and I think one night, a couple of years ago, I had chicken, and I said, Ed, mark my words, I will have zits in the morning. Sure enough, I did. And, it just makes a difference to me. So I tell people all the time, just try to go without the cheese for a little while, but it doesn't mean you can't substitute it with something else. And it's funny, we just got back from vacation, so I just went food shopping, and we had no food in the fridge. So I thought I'd just show you guys what was in my refrigerator, because we're going to try to get back on track after vacation. We're doing our little 3-day refresh that we do sometimes, which is just fruit and vegetable based. But I thought I'd just show you guys like what I use for different substitutes for dairy. So I always use the cashew milks or the almond milks, and I like this one because it's unsweetened and it doesn't have that carcinogen in it, which people have told me that that's something that you should avoid. So this is the one that I like. But some people have nut allergies, so you could do like a rice milk or the coconut milk if that doesn't bother people. That's always a nice alternative. And I use goat cheese. I love goat cheese. And I actually had the tip one time, someone told me, like, sprinkle it on your meal or whatever you're going to have it in, almost like it's a seasoning. Don't like throw a lot of it on there. You don't really need it. I think less is more when you're making a recipe. A good recipe I do with the goat cheese is I'll do like the spaghetti squash with a bunch of stir-fried vegetables. I might put some shrimp in there and do like a little marinara and just top it off with a little goat cheese, and it just melts in there. It's awesome. I love it. Actually, when we were on vacation, my favorite thing that I ate, I splurged on this really thin crusted pizza, but I did this pesto sauce with vegetables and goat cheese, and it was amazing. And everyone's like, well, you want mozzarella on it too? I'm like, no, just the goat cheese. So of course they brought me one with mozzarella too. I sent it back, and they just gave me this look like, what do you mean you're not going to put cheese on it? And even when we did our omelets for breakfast, if you didn't tell them no cheese, they put cheese on everything. So I think people just don't think about not doing cheese. So go without the cheese and see what happens. But try the goat cheese. Eddie's not really as dairy sensitive as I am, so he'll do like the Chobani, the Chobani plain, like the Greek yogurt. I mean, I think this is a big Y kind of generic one, but non-fat plain. And then just add fruit and vegetables, fruit and like granola and stuff to that. Like, add your own, so it's because it's much less sugar. But it's so funny. Cameron must have left this in our fridge, and I don't even know what it is, but it's called grass milk yogurt. 100% grass-fed, no grain. Never heard of it, but that might be something to try. I like that one. So that just gives you an idea of like, so that's as far as dairy, like that's really all I do. But I wrote a blog about it, maybe some other tips, maybe symptoms and signs and symptoms of lactose intolerance. So you might not even know you're lactose intolerant. Maybe you are. I think the only way you know is to eliminate it and then add it back in and see how your body feels. So give that a shot. I think it really helps a lot. And you just never know. You never know if I think when I went off it, then I realized I could substitute it with other things and I didn't really need it. So I feel much better off it. You know, your tummy's flatter. And one thing, I'll give you this little tip. A physician told me this one time. He said, you know when your child is sick and they have a cold, and what is one thing they tell you to not have and not feed your kid is milk products. Because they're mucousy already, and then it just adds to their mucus production for their cough. But that mucus travels all the way through your intestine. I know you don't want to hear about that, but so milk is just very difficult to digest, especially as we get older, because the lactase enzyme that does tend to break down the lactose in the milk decreases as we get older, so you don't break it down as effectively as you did when you were younger. So little tip, little thing to think about. All right, guys, go off and have a wonderful Saturday. I'll put some information in a blog and post it, so in case you missed this. I hope you have a great day, and talk to you real soon. Hola, bye.